Good morning, good morning. If you've ever told your child, stop, come here, or listen, and they're completely ignoring you, I'm going to tell you something that might change everything for you, all right? Your child is not ignoring you. They literally don't understand what you're asking them to do, okay? And today, I'm going to explain to you exactly why that happens, okay? And give you a real system you can use today to start seeing some changes. Now check this out. My name is Chris, also known as the Autism Coach Carter. I spent about 15 years working with this population, okay? 15 years. Working with kids on the spectrum, in home settings and schools, and behaviors at their worst and at their best. And I've learned so much, and this is what I've learned the most. Parents aren't failing. They're just not. They just don't have the right tools. So if you're dealing with tantrums, aggression, ignoring directions, or just feeling like nothing's working, stay with me, because this video is for you. Now let's break down some of the biggest myths right now, okay? Your child is not being bad, all right? Your child is not trying to control you. Your child is not choosing to ignore you. Your child is just struggling to process. When you say something like, go put on your shoes, that sounds simple to you, right? But to your child, it might be like, where are my shoes? Which shoes? Why do I need shoes? What happens next? I was just playing. Why do I have to stop? That's 5 steps in one sentence, right? You imagine that? So imagine someone walked up to you speaking a language you barely understood, and then got frustrated when you didn't respond fast enough. That's what a lot of our kids are experiencing every day. I got a 2-year-old, and she doesn't understand all of my language. I do, but she doesn't. So I have to keep my calm and give her time to process some of my language with her, some things that I'm saying to her, right? So when they start screaming, when they drop to the floor, when they hit, that's not defiance. I'm telling you, that's not defiance. That's a sign of communication. All right? Now the first thing you got to do is simplify your language. Instead of go put your shoes on so we can leave, say shoes on. Very simple. Short, clear, direct. Shoes on. Or, not or, in addition to simplifying your language, use visuals. Our kids don't learn by hearing. Sometimes they learn better by seeing. You can point to the shoes. You can show the next step using pictures if needed. Then you have to give them processing time, all right? This is where most parents mess up. They give a direction and then repeat it 5 times in 3 seconds. Stop doing that. Put shoes on, put shoes on, put shoes on, put shoes on, put shoes on. Stop doing that. They have to process. Give them 5 to 10 seconds to process the first time you ask, or the first time you lay down a command. Put your shoes on. Put your shoes on. You have to give them some time. I promise you, sometimes that'll give you more patience, just understanding. I'm just going to give them more time to understand what I'm saying, because I want you to do it right now. I get that, but that is a personal affliction that I'm putting on myself. If I say put your shoes on and it takes you a minute to process it, but I understand that it takes you a minute, that's better than me fighting you for a whole minute to put your shoes on. Put your shoes on, walk away. Some kids you can do that with. Some kids you can tell them put your shoes on, walk away. You come back in a minute, 30 seconds, whatever the case, and they're good to go, all right? But others, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, make it work. Next thing you want to do is reinforce immediately. When they do even a small part of it, reward it. That means put your shoes on, or shoes on, and you see them going to grab their shoes, yay, that's right, shoes on. allows them to understand, oh, okay, shoes on, this is where I'm going. You have to start giving them little rewards piece by piece in order for the whole structure to be formed, so they understand, put your shoes on, and next thing you know, they're doing it quickly because it's been routined, it's been processed, it's been trained, and it's been rewarded. Good job putting your shoes on. A high five, a smile, maybe their favorite toy. You're building behavior step by step, okay? You're building behavior step by step. Next thing you got to do is stay calm. And this right here, it's the hardest part. We are busy parents, you know what I'm saying? Your caregivers also are just dealing with this day by day, and they have their own situation, their own lives. And staying calm is one of the hardest things to do when you are dealing with somebody you have to take care of. But you have to stay calm, okay? Your energy sets the tone. If you escalate, they escalate. If you stay grounded, they start to regulate, okay? Okay. Now look, let's get real talk. Let me be real with you real quick, okay? This is not going to fix everything overnight. You hear me? This is not going to fix everything overnight. But what it will do is start building trust with your kid, okay? And that's really important. Building trust with your kid. Because right now, your child is trying to figure the world out. Understand that. Your child is trying to figure the world out every day. It don't matter how old your child is. At a young age or even at an adult age. If your child is on the spectrum, your child is figuring out the world every day. Every day. Okay? And they need you. They need you. They need you to be consistent. They need you to be calm, and they need you to be clear. All right? That helps them understand that life is, that they're good with you. Okay? They can trust you. They'll fall into following. Okay? Now, I've seen parents go from feeling overwhelmed and feeling completely helpless to finally having peaceful moments with their kid again. And it doesn't come from yelling louder or forcing control. It comes from understanding. Now listen, if this helps you, I want to do two things. First, comment coaching below if you want help applying this to your child specifically. Second, subscribe, because I'm dropping real strategy like this every week. You're not alone in this, and we're going to figure it out together.